Hello. How are we doing? Have we had nice weekends? How do you, Sky? Keen to crack straight on with the game, right? No messing about. Turn that off. Turn that off. I assume I just want continue. Yeah. Right. I can totally remember what I was doing. I think I need to do the field autopsy now, right? What am I looking for? There's loads of things to do. I think this is what we need to do now, though. Do I need to interact with my paperwork?
It's the letter you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Should we ever go with this one? Because I can retry it. 42% chance. Oh!
The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, you know.
There we go. Get my deadly slob t-shirt out. Well, let's open it. Let's do it.
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open.
What's inside?
2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Okay.
2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too.
Okay.
2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward
Fucking
each other
kill
in the
yourself, you
colored
arsehole.
drawings.
Wow.
The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too.
Let's pick up the card.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
This is interesting.
It smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored. A touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti.
Open it.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins.
That's
You're
me.
already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please.
Let's keep reading.
A merciful wind blows in from the bay of Revachol, dusting the ground at your feet and raising newspapers far away. You feel the card slipping into it.
Hold on to it. Read the card.
Your hands shake, holding onto it. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest down Voyager Road.
Is that where we live?
Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it.
Hello, Obolitas. Thanks for the follow. I need to press... Hold on. That's going to have messed up my lighting. I don't have the remote on me. Hold on. And I've got a cat on my lap. Look, you stay there. Come here. You sit up there for a second. Talk to the people. Come here. No, don't bite me. Look, you can sit on me again if you want. It's all right. Ow. Oh, the kitty's upset that he's not in charge anymore. Do you want to sit here? Look. There you go. He sits on my lap in the daytime. Don't walk on the keyboard. Look, say hello. Meow. Sit down here. There you go. Right. I'm back. Camera's working out all right, even with the dodgy lighting in here now. Good evening, Eddie, as well. I think we're in the middle of reading a love letter from somebody. I'm going to have guessed we fucked this up at some point. I wonder if it's the reason for our 3-day bender.
Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear.
Oh, shit.
Sparks fall like snow from the bow collector. A streetcar distancing. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on.
Hold on.
To what? There's nothing.
Detective, is everything all right?
I'm going to fall over. Loading. What's happened?
There is nothing.
This is the start?
Again.
Oh, okay.
Nothing sad, brother. No treachery. Just blackout.
Just lie there, passed out.
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia.
Who's that?
That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
And who is that?
Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. Slimy.
I don't know why that didn't work, Eddie. I'll work that out. No, we've got no snow, just rain. Oh, hello, Spokey. I didn't see you slipping in the middle there. How was all your weekends? Thanks again for the follow, Obolitas. Oh, had to stop for a cat. I think I've fucked up here to a degree. No, I was cool. I'm cool!
The cool when you're dead, brother.
Oh, not again. Not again. I even did a thingy to check the, all the different Twitch servers. To make sure that that wasn't happening. I scanned all of the European servers. Because the India servers are just awful at the moment. And eventually what we end up having to keep doing is killing the stream, changing India server until we find one that actually works. Oh no, Napster buffering. Yeah, it's the Twitch ingest servers are knackered. All of the European ones just seem to be shot. I mean, there are some noises in the background from all the rain. I doubt it's that. Do I risk continuing and hope it sorts itself out, or am I going to have to do a restart already? Let's finish this chat.
Here in the paleomammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
I've gained a thought. Was that the X something?
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
No, it was beautiful.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape. Its lack of beauty was not the problem.
Where is it? Where is Voyager Road?
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
There's something about a bow collector too.
Yeah, man. What was that about?
Got me another thought. Enough. Just lie there, motionless.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? Nah.
Right. Potentially back. Coming through the Netherlands now. Hello. So presumably Kim is checking to see if we're okay. What is that? It's cold.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you. And
It's delicious.
Booze?
Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
Where am I?
In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
We should be back and synced up now.
Drink. Water.
The lieutenant is extending a small canister to your mouth.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened?
I should ask you the same.
You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to the hospital. Then you came to.
How long was I out for?
10 minutes, maybe.
That's not what I want to hear, Eddie. Right. Back in London. And I've lowered the bitrate a bit. See if Twitch can handle that a bit better. Let's see if this keeps going for a bit longer. I mean, Kim here doesn't really care about our personal life, but I feel maybe we should reach out on this one, maybe. I came in contact with the burnt ruins of the past, Lieutenant.
That does sometimes happen.
Ledger of failure and hatred. That does sometimes happen. He hands you the remains of your ledger.
He replies with such understanding, it's as if the burnt-out ruins of the past were an occupational hazard. Athlete's foot for cops.
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed?
Let's solve this case.
Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
Okay. +1 to Inland Empire, +1 to Empathy, -2 to Authority.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A catch of papers
Okay.
from the board.
Yeah, put it away. Is it scuffed again? What's the strat here? Lower the bitrate even more? Let's have a look at this. Hello, Breakspear. What have you been refunding? We've had a nice weekend, though. A weekend of playing 2 hours of a game and then sending it back. Well, we're on the 3rd server. I've dropped the bitrate even more. It's not a super, like, high motion game, so we should get away with a slightly lower bitrate. Oh, I just noticed his head moves with the mouse. Oh. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, we picked up some thoughts as well. What was this? The bow collector. -1 to authority and -1 to hand-eye coordination. White morning, -1 to authority. Little guys gets further and further away. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, that's off. I should turn that back on, see what happens. Out of ore. I've not heard of that one. Factoria's got a very big update coming soon. Well, their first expansion pack. But with it come a load of improvements to the base game. Or changes, rather. Hopefully, leaving this body here has not fucked anything up. What's up with Kuno?
Fuck does Kuno care? Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Kuno is a little shit, but I still quite enjoy him. Oh, God's sake! Shut up, Nino! What are we supposed to do about this, then? Because I'm not dropping a single frame in rendering, encoding, or network at my end. Not a single frame. Just do some maths. The rain is also above my noise floor, which is super helpful on my gate. So we're just going to have to deal with that a little bit as well. Once it gets desynced, the audio doesn't seem to come back either. I'm going to assume it's still out of sync, right? What's happening? Why can't I talk to him?
Yes?
What do we think? Are we really out of sync still?
What do you want to know?
I'm going to ask about this pissing competition while we think.
What's there to say? It's just stupidity.
What kind of stupidity?
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion.
Well, you get the timing on the video game, right? I was just wondering if the cam was affecting it. Ah, so this is a struggle over who runs Martinez.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words.
Wait, how far out of sync are we? I mean, just because if it's about 350 milliseconds or 21 frames, then I have put a delay on the video for the game. So the game is synced up, but the camera isn't. I can fix that super easy. Doesn't explain the random buffering.
I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest, with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary. Somewhere in your mind hangs a dark green blackboard. There are two columns. One says, cases solved. The other, confirmed kills.
Okay, so all audio is off. Cool. Very cool. And it's got nothing. Oh, the camera's back on. Did I turn that on? Oh, there we go. So game audio and cam audio, or is the game in sync? Well, yes, but you know, when I click a button, you should almost instantly get the sound of someone talking. So, like, if I press the key, hold on. What key do I want to press? Let's say number 4. What's special about Martinez? 3, 2, 1, press.
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
My stream preview, he still hasn't pressed the button yet. Oh. Yes, well out of sync in the stream preview. Okay. On our magical mystery tour, we are now in Denmark. Okay. Leave the cam off for a bit. Let's leave the cam off for a few minutes. See if somehow the Nvidia thing's fucking with it. I'm not. Again, I've dropped 0 frames. No rendering lag. Time to render a frame is tiny. But you never know, eh? Okay. So. Basically saying Martinez is a shithole. No one cares about it. I wonder what this says about me. That I was sent by my station. He raises an eyebrow, thinking it best to let you make the next move.
It's all part of the master plan, you see.
Yeah, apologies for the rain sounds, by the way. There's a tree. Apart from the general rain sounds, there's a tree right above me. So when it dumps a load of drops, then you get even more noise. Let's stick the mice super close. Mice? The mice? The mic super close to my face. And then do shit with a gate. And hope that that does a bit better. Right, okay, what's going on here? There can only be one conclusion. I'm the finest. A case-solving machine? No, that's definitely not it. I don't really want to say any of these things. Let's say number 1. I don't know what ultra means, but let's press it.
Really?
Eyebrow gets raised 1 more notch. Oh my god. I can't say that. I'm going to have to say it though, just to see how he reacts. I arrive at the scene 3 days early, drink myself into oblivion, fully re-immerse myself in this reality, and then work the case from an angle so crescent fresh. It produces never-before-seen results, not only for criminology, but for the human mind.
It can't be that.
Part of him sort of wants to believe what you just said. It isn't, but I will prove it so.
I hope you do.
We've done the close your eyes thing. Close your eyes, let's do that.
The rows are endless.
Look for precinct 41.
Jean Vicmer, Judith Minot, a special consultant. What was his name? Then the rows degrade into green nothingness.
Huh. I wonder if those names are going to be useful later. Okay, enough of the competition then. Tell me something else.
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Right, let's go. Let's do this autopsy, shall we?
The rotting man lies on his side, with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
Which was it that killed you then? Love or communism?
Huh?
You said love killed you, but when you fell down, you said it was communism.
You're misquoting me, Rooney. I said communism killed me. Love did me in.
You really need to learn the difference, buddy. This is embarrassing.
When he says did me in, is that like... as in... told the people where to find him, the ones that wanted to hurt him?
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Doesn't mean I'm going to talk to him if I go to sleep. Right, first, what exactly is a field autopsy?
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Et puis descend, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
I'm talking to my encyclopedia now. Why don't you know? What use are you?
You must have me confused with the Copperpedia.
Who's the Copperpedia? I think I need to talk to him.
You, sir, you are the Copperpedia.
Okay. Do you have another pair of gloves?
Unfortunately, no.
I don't... I guess we'll just have to do it. But surely he's going to tell us off. Because you can't just go sticking your hands in a dead body. Okay, I'll take it like a man.
And hygienically?
No, let's go and find. I need a pair then. Can we return to this shortly? We have glove hunting to do.
Let's not go glove hunting, please. Let's use division of labor. I perform the anatomical side, while you take notes.
Okay. We just fill this in, right? Show him the red field autopsy form in your ledger, which we found earlier.
That's right.
Open your ledger and the field autopsy form.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with...
Assistant.
That's you.
I can't write Raphael Ambrosius Costo because I know my name is Harry now. Let's leave it empty for now.
The corpse lies there, indifferent to your retrograde amnesia. The next box says...
Coroner's case number.
KK57-0803.0815.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi. 57 equals Precinct 57, followed by his date, 0803, and time of arrival, 0815, on the scene. He's indexed the case after himself, not you. That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
I'm just going to write it down.
Next,
Name.
NA. Next,
Date of birth.
NA.
Age.
Roughly 50.
Try 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
Okay, well this is a perk I picked up, so should we believe it? I'm going to write about 42.
He nods.
Race.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mundi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish.
Write it down.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Sex.
Fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Write male.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Date of death.
We're still going with March 4th, 51.
Okay, write that down.
What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
What exactly is treatment anyway? Oh, hold on.
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
I'm not so sure. Didn't the footprints look like he was carried over?
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dog walkers.
He places his hand on the dead man's chest, as if in preparation.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosenkrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today, 42 stations of breath.
Is this a memory? And 42 people died one day.
We should start the post-mortem.
Okay.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
External examination.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
Turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
Write it down.
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing. The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design. Tattoos.
He stands up, feet planted on either side of the body.
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a national pattern. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini.
Write it down.
The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Touch the corpse's hair before moving on. All right. I don't think I'm going to stroke his head.
Lividity is consistent with hanging, albeit faint, as noted. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs, consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
Oh, it's predictable.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation.
Write down.
Ligature mark.
The lieutenant produces a small folding knife. With the other hand pulling on the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
May I try?
It's no use. We should get chain cutters. You can try with them. I have a pair in the toolbox of my kinema.
Let's go get them.
Damn corpse. We had a good rhythm going.
Why don't I go and you stay here? Wait, did I not pick...
Inside, you see a set of steering levers.
I took something
a
out of
radio
his
microphone.
toolbox
The metallic
earlier.
drawer slides out from under the handles.
chain
are
cutters.
long and sleek. It's robust, weatherproof, and well made. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox slides back
Okay.
into...
I don't know why I didn't take them first time. Right, let's carry on.
The rotting man, like the lieutenant, adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Let's cut the belt.
Mm-hmm. Cut with as much precision as you can, please.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Oh, shit. Yes, I'm Kuno's pig. I agree. I'm not going to say that. Let's just ignore the kids.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east.
Shit, I'm going to fail this really badly. Why don't I kind of just ask Matey to do it? Him, help. Let's shout at the kid.
You are? You're Kuno's pig?
-1 for stupid argument. Oh, fuck. I'm now worse off than before. Well, let's fail this check then.
You jam the cutters right under the knot. That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already, they're buried deep in the man's flesh. Then you rotate them to get a better hold.
Oh.
Then,
I'm going to pop his head off, aren't I? Down the cutters right under the knot. Fuckity fuck.
the lieutenant looks by, somewhat worried as you summon power words to your aid.
Why did that not work? God damn it. That's very odd. Thank you very much for the Prime. You should have got like an alert and stuff. I have been pissing about with things, to be fair. Which one? Used to be like a loud sound. Oh me, I was trying to fix some stuff with the Twitch API. Because they changed loads of shit and my tech's really old. Bizarrely, it's the backend's picked it up. Anyway, thank you very much. Much appreciated. The lieutenant looks by, somewhat worried as you summon power words to your aid. Shit. I'm going to rotate.
A really, really bad smell is coming from there now.
Oh,
And
God.
some kind of cracking
We're
sound.
gonna have to just cut this, aren't we?
Yeah, fuck him! Fuck that buggery! Corpse fucking time!
Told you my pig was hardcore.
I should have a go first. I think I have a strategy.
Thank God. Let him
He
work.
sinks the cutters into the knot, preparing to perform the cuts, with his elbow to his knee for precision. Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
Here.
He hands you the chain cutters back and then kneels closer to the body, running his finger along the dark red groove until he comes to a gap.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck, on the nape. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia.
He pulls down the man's underpants. The kids are going to like this.
No! Let's get up and see!
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Inspect the genitals myself. Okay, I'm going to do this because I'm like super cop.
The dead man's penis is average sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
This scarring is extensive, way more than a law official's.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item, hands.
He takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand. I'm going to have a look as well.
The hand is surprisingly heavy to lift, filled with decay liquids. Feels as though it could explode if squeezed harder. You're suddenly repulsed, so much so you feel compelled to drop it.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
Were we expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, the stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Guess we have to do an internal. Debugging stuff inside OBS is super fun. I can tell you that. Okay, we're going internal examination. Well, we're not. Poor old Kim is.
I'm afraid we can't continue before we've gone through both the external and internal examination first, thoroughly.
That's what we just have.
This, I remind you, also necessitates the removal of the belt from around his neck, so we have a visual on the injury.
I pressed the number 2 because there was a 2 there, but it's the first option, and I'm an idiot.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
I'm just going to say nope. Otherwise you're going to think, oh, fuck it, let's say it. If I may add the moral of this story.
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
The brain is very vulnerable to compromises in its blood supply.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer.
I just got an achievement for getting Kim to trust me. Well, that's good.
Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
Oh.
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system.
Back hunched as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Look inside the dead man's mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
Look deeper inside.
It's hard.
Oh shit.
Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach and into your mouth. You're forced to swallow, just to keep looking.
I don't know why I did that.
Inside, you see darkness. Just a mess of meat and darkness.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
Write it down.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Why? Don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust.
Hepato means liver, and biliary, the gallbladder and bile ducts.
Am I an expert in those things?
Nothing in your alcohol-soaked memory directs to having forensic expertise on either one.
Don't think
Neither
so.
am I.
Okay, write NA.
Same for toxicology and serology. NA.
NA.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging.
See, my guy thinks that he died possibly before he got there.
Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground. The pool of feces there.
This will do.
Ooh.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
Write it down. Omit the voila.
What's next on the list?
3. Description of the injuries. Oh, I pressed the wrong fucking button again. Because it wasn't a 3.
lies. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a
Look, it's very confusing. There's a 3 there and a 1 there. So I pressed 3 because I wanted to do option 3, but it's not. It's actually option 1.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
Okay. Bite marks.
Oh, so we inflicted them?
Okay, I have inflicted.
Okay, so there's an incision on the thorax from a chain cutter. I wouldn't mention it. Better not to muddy the waters.
Okay, I agree. The waters are muddy enough.
See? These pigs are fucking corrupt.
Why don't you fuck him if you love him so much?
Now, injuries.
Right. Number 1, bite marks.
Head, chest and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer?
Non-fatal post-mortem. Number 2.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Write it down.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Non-fatal post-mortem.
Right. Next.
3, ligature mark. Wait, what's the 4th injury field for?
Nothing. Just in case.
Okay. 1, ligature mark.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
But they didn't?
Below the note,
Interesting.
2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
I don't know here, because...
That's it.
Oh,
We have established cause of death.
I didn't
It's
press
not
anything on
much,
purpose.
It is much
Cool.
to be questioned, but it's a start.
I accidentally slipped and pressed the spacebar. I was going to select the post-mortem option for that one, because... yeah, my dude was pretty convinced that it happened beforehand.
Let's wrap this up.
Oh well.
I pronounce this field autopsy over.
How did it go?
Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy.
What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Alright, what now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg
We've had a copy of the autopsy pages.
for processing.
He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand, then at the corpse again.
You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Have I got any drugs I can take to assist with perception? Alright, good night, mate. Eddie, have a good one. I mean, I've got 2 skill points. Was there something else I wanted to put points into? Possibly that. Maybe that. We could chuck them both into perception and hope to do better on this check. Oh no, not that one. Let's YOLO it. Still 8% chance. Fuck. Well, that was worth it. I'm going to do it anyway.
You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough.
Well, none of this is going to work, right? Because I just failed that check.
His fingernails have turned dark. They're chipped and quite long. There is dirt.
Do you think we missed something?
Maybe I'll just say it to him. Yes, there's something we're not seeing.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast.
Okay, where do we find a fridge for the body?
It would have to be industrial in size. Let's start by asking Gart at the Whirling in Rags and the Fritz store down at the gates. If they don't know, but only if all else fails.
Fuck are you looking at, Beano man? You want a piece of the Kuno? Wanna get fucked?
Only if all else fails.
Kuno looks like he gets around. Knows Martinez. And its fridges too, probably.
Hurry. This is one task we cannot sideline. With every hour, whatever we are looking for will become harder to find.
Okay, so I can do that check again if something happens. I'm going to talk to the fucking kid.
Fuck does Kuno care? For the fuck imp. Good thing you asked the Kunmeister. Kuno knows a fridge. Perfect for freezing.
I thought you would. Where is it?
Bacon man's in a rush. But what's in it for the Kuno? What's the return on Kuno's investment?
Oh, this is a reasonably high check. 72%. I think we risk that one. Convince the Kuno to spill the beans.
Kuno's a poor
piss.
kid from a poor neighborhood. Say your job is on the line. He'll sympathize.
No. Sounds sort of weak.
No, it's not weakness. It's sincere. Do not confuse sincerity.
I don't want to say this.
Say it. Trust me.
I don't want to say anything.
The fuck are you doing right now? The fuck is this shit?
Don't pay attention to him. Just keep telling your
No.
sad story.
God, I really don't want to do this. I've lost almost everything, Kuno. My memory, my money, even my name. I can't lose my job too. Please, please help me. This is going to ruin future checks with this kid. He's not going to give a shit.
It's not that dramatic. We can just send the body to processing.
Kuno's never seen anything so lame. Listen, pig. If you were Kuno, the fuck would you care?
You lied to me, Golden Mouth, man. You're right, Kuno. If I were Kuno, I probably wouldn't care.
See sad shit? Kuno doesn't fucking care about this sad shit. Your sad shit. Now, how about you at least try to entertain the Kuno, or get the fuck off his crime scene?
Why don't we go pester some other kids now?
That's actually not such a bad idea. Kids do see stuff.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
That was a high chance of getting that fucking check. That's a pain in the arse, that is.
I'll die before
Failing
I
that one.
squeal, pig.
Oh, I was wondering if I could ask her, but no. I guess we just have to go and ask the dude. Ooh. In here. That is very annoying that we failed that check. That should have been easy. Was that guy there before? I don't think that guy was there
The
before.
theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full-flavor cigarettes.
What are its hallmarks?
Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it.
The idea of a king in a century... No, I'd rather know more about the world of today.
The contemporary period stands still. The fated carousel of progress that doomed the royalists is itself winding down. Our time is decelerating into what no one knows.
Okay.
Can I help you?
I seem to be in need of a fridge.
Yes, yes. For the dead body. You want to put a dead corpse into my fridge, right?
Yes, please.
Correct him.
No, we want to put a very important dead body in your fridge.
I don't care. You're not putting a dead body into my fridge.
Why?
Because this is a culinary establishment, not a morgue. I can't believe you even asked me.
It would only be for...
Lieutenant, you too? You're asking too? No. The answer is no. I will not turn this place into some kind of macabre circus.
Let's go talk to the frit clerk.
Dickhead. I don't think I can go out of here, can I? No. Who's this guy? Go talk to him.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
Not now.
Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? With a twist of lemon? Maybe lime? Maybe who cares?
No.
Just rum?
Finished thought. Not succumb. Surely this rain isn't going to be particularly good for my dead body. You can fuck off.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Does Frit have a warehouse in the back of the Whirling in Rags?
A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
Come on, give me something to work with here.
She looks up from under her brow.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
Do you have a fridge?
Mm-hmm. Right behind you.
You're right, this is a fridge.
Yeah.
I need to store a corpse there.
You're joking, right?
No, I'm not joking. I need to store the corpse of the hanged man in your fridge.
Okay. It wouldn't even fit, you know.
Now that I'm looking at it, maybe a glass-doored fridge in a public grocery store isn't
Yes.
the best option for storing a corpse.
I guess you're right, plus the fridge is too small anyway.
Okay.
Shit. I have to ask that kid again.
Yes?
Right, hold on. What is the 3? Oh shit, okay. I can just heat it. Right, okay. I wasn't sure what that meant. Whether the 2 was my level, but the line underneath appears to be the level. And this is how many heals I've got. None of these trucks are refrigerated, are they? There was a dude down here earlier. Does she know where her fridge is?
It's raining again. It was clear just an hour ago.
The body is down.
Down? Do you mean the body is finally gone?
That's not gone.
Absolutely gone.
Gone from the tree.
Oh, right. But not from the yard? I understand. Can you tell me when you've taken him away then? Because I'm sort of waiting for that.
Yeah, keep her in the loop. It's strangely enjoyable to report back on the minute progress you've made, even to strangers.
God damn it. I missed out on a chance for a free morale boost there. Okay, what the fuck are we going to do? How are we going to find a fridge?
What do you want to know?
Oh.
Good.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Okay. Bookstore. Anything kind of vaguely bridge-like?
Whoa. What have we here?
A bridge.
A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
True. They never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Relachel looks better, though.
Lieutenant, think about the splinters.
The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time, after all. It's nothing to worry about. Shall we?
I'm trying to look for anything. Is there another shop? What's this? Motorcycle repair shop. They're not going to have anything. The girl gonna know?
Hello again, sir.
Hey child, you wouldn't have to know a good fridge, would you?
A fridge?
It's like a big fridge. Big fridge a cop could put a dead body into.
You mean like the ice bear fridge?
Yes.
Man, that's scary.
Yes, I do.
Ice bear fridge?
Yes, like a bear, but white. There's a fridge below the building in the basement, with red glowing eyes. I went back there once, behind the bookstore.
Ooh.
Mum doesn't want me to go there anymore. Not that I want to. It was pretty scary.
And there's a big fridge there.
Yes.
One more thing, how do I get inside the building?
That's a problem. The only way in is through the bookstore, but my mum is pretty strict about not letting anyone in.
Okay, well,
But I don't know. You're a policeman. Maybe you can convince her somehow.
yeah, about that.
Anyway,
I kind of pissed her off last time I was in here.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
I was told there's a huge fridge in the building cellar. Can you lead me there?
A fridge? No, I don't know anything about a fridge. Aren't you interested in books?
No.
For whatever reason, she's lying to you about the fridge. Seems like you have to find your own way to the cellar.
What if I want to buy a book?
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go.
All right, I'll take a look then.
She smiles and nods.
Well off for now, book peddler. You can tell me off going back here, surely.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Examine this strange cage-like trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
It's a witch thing, that is. I can't remember what they're called.
This is a traditional Seminese ward,
There you go.
meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges.
And who are the Seminese?
Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fishhead charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Ignore the curtains for now. Right, there's one other thing I want to try before I go and rip those curtains open. This is some way I can distract her. Is there's this... I saw this around here. Can I just wrench this open? What if I put the thing in my hand? No? How do I get that back open again? I guess we're just gonna have to walk past the lady and say some shit. Wait. Oh. If there's some way I could...
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
Mulling it over.
A couple of spook novels hide amidst all the detective books. Thrilling tales of spycraft and daring do.
Doorkeep, what's all this crime fiction?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Well, let's look through the display of
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Oh God, no.
Shelves filled to the brim with...
Right, okay. Don't think any of this is going to trigger her to move. We just fucking go.
The curtains, tattered with age and covered. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand is closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
But I sense this place is calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
I'm just going to go with the police officer thing.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
Excuse me?
I am sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
I've heard there's a fridge in there that I need.
Everybody suddenly needs something from there. Leave
Everybody?
the curtains be. It's what it wants.
Everybody? Like somebody else has asked the same thing.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you.
Alright. I'll talk to you. I don't necessarily believe what you're going to say.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome
Why
to
are you so
Crime,
uptight about those
Romance,
curtains? I just want to know what's on the other side.
I already told you. It's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important.
Then why is it so important for you to not let me in?
Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
Nope.
She recites it like it's a poem, or like she's playing a role she's grown tired of.
What are you still talking about books? You're trying to put a spell on me. Oh, here we go. Let's mention the Seminese ward. If it's just a storage room, then why does it have a Seminese ward protecting it?
It's just for decoration.
Yeah, sure. She wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed into a tight-lipped smile. Then something breaks.
Okay, fine. It's just because this place is cursed, just like everyone said. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Yep. She closes her eyes and starts mumbling something to her pendant.
Host of hosts, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the curtains.
How did the curse manifest itself?
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation.
A shiver runs through the woman as she looks around the dimly lit store.
It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
What does that mean?
Everyone knows that all the previous companies in this building have sooner or later declared bankruptcy, and their malicious spirits are still here, feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Would you like me to investigate?
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
My liege, do you know what this case calls for? A para-detective.
It does. Am I going to declare myself a paradetective? I think we should.
Okay, but please, only a few questions. You wouldn't want to disturb the spirits.
Why didn't you just tell me right away it's the curse?
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Void wraiths? God, she's...
Wow. Void raves. You have new words.
Have you sought help from anyone?
Yes, I contacted numerous parapsychologists, and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards.
I bet they did. But they cost a lot of money.
The wards help to keep the gloom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Even though now I fear it's not enough.
Is your pendant part of the wards as well?
Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books.
Yeah, it's not really working, love.
There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people.
I just feel like she's been conned. Never mind. I had other questions.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
Oh, here we go. Convince her to let you investigate the doomed commercial area. 92%. Come on. Come on. Let's do it.
Silver cut to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Mom, I came here to help. I've handled paranatural situations before.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
Hello, Wombi. Okay, go. Good night. Obolitas. Cheers, Fangin. Cheers for the prime as well. Looks like you just avoided it all going out of sync again. That was an intentional F, Wombi. Everything keeps going out of sync until I change servers. And then it comes back. I feel it's already out of sync. I'm trying to get my preview to work. Let's just start streaming on YouTube. Fuck this. It's been a right pain in the arse. Twitch the past couple of weeks. Well, let's hope that's fixed it and that we're in sync for a little bit. Let's see what happens. I've returned from the void. Paradetective from a long line of paradetectives.
You're no paradetective. You look nothing like one. And you're clearly a drinker. Pardon me for being so blunt, but...
You look like one. The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook.
I admit I've had my share of drinks, but only because the spectral realm is parapsychologically taxing. Let's go with that one.
How How do you know all this?
Here we go.
Your wards brought me here in the first place. The Simonese blood also runs through me. Let's go with that one.
You're part Simonese. Oh, it means our meeting couldn't have been mere chance. The hand of fate guides us. But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
Uh-oh. I'm going to bring Kim into this.
Oh,
He has not been listening closely enough. You've put him on the spot.
certainly so, ma'am. I can assure you my partner is eminent in this particular field.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
On my honour.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
Of course, the entity, for I have sensed its presence.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
Good evening, Blanken, by the way. Chimney? The passage between heaven and hell, of course.
Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
Unbelievable darkness and ruin. What you discover? Probably just office space. And the damn fridge. Don't be scared.
Let's go.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking... You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Simonese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh!
Ghostly silhouettes of hairdressers. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Looks like Guillaume Lemillion, that hair poster.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Simonese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Let's get on with it. Unlock the door.
After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
Open the door and enter. We don't hold truck with this shit. Sand is dripping from a punch bag. Kim wants to say something.
What is this place?
Looks like a gym to me.
Yes, but no one's been here in ages.
He draws a stripe on the dusty floor with his foot.
I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
Okie doke.
Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window. Other than that, the room is dark. An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
What if there's a reason why no one's been here for ages?
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
Torch in the hand. What? He didn't do any of this. Oh god, okay. Smells like leather and sweat. Worn out wall bars. They look unsafe. The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. A large demijohn full of strange liquid. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Airship rotors covered in spider webs. They remind you of blades. A naked mannequin torso, a strange yellow colour. What was that? Blue velvet, soft to the touch, moth-bitten. Skis with Slipstream printed on the laminated top layer. Steel rotor blades bearing a Slipstream logo. What's this? Production schedule, filament memory.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here.
Don't get it.
Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other.
Which did they start with and which did they pivot to?
That's a good question.
What a strange leap of imagination, yet they still failed. How sad.
Reality is ruthless.
It really is. What's this way? Okay, stairs up. We've got a blackboard.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Inspect the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting wax-based magic. Translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin. And even ether welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. You should adopt one of those welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a welkin. One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Examine the welkin.
It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with welkin. Green welkin, dread welkin, and the high welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures.
Why would anyone spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game.
Is that a bit meta? Let's move on. One of them is a welkin supremacist.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard too.
Well, this has been educational. Let's move on.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Inspect the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. It looks a bit like an academic calendar, only much more brutal. Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed.
I don't think this is relevant, and we're running out of time.
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
There were less and less staff.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details." The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe." The full text reads, "Heat death of the universe is the new black." Another note says, "The biggest advancement in role-playing systems since the 30s.
Okay, so this is just a game thing. What can I do with this? Radio computer. Okay. What's this?
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
A radio computer?
Huh.
Just sitting here without anyone inside.
You sound surprised and a bit cautious.
But we are looking for a fridge, and we are pressed for time, so...
On the other hand, it's not that I'm not interested in abandoned radio computers.
Do you think I should turn it on?
Maybe the body has stopped decomposing somehow. I don't know. You're in charge of this expedition, officer.
Fuck it.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber.
I thought they said there was no power.
Fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Look inside.
It's empty, like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment.
Insert the production schedule.
Like a smooth drawer, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Hold on. A breakthrough on a thought? What's this mean? +1 empathy towards Kim Kitsuragi. Breakthrough imminent. Wait, what? Press play.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
What? What's the production schedule?
The filament you have inserted into the reader.
Alright, thanks for the explanation.
That was a question. Have you inserted it into the core?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Password. Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
I don't know the password. A password? I'm really bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint?
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry.
What?
Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Why did you call me Fortress Accident? No, I'm gonna...
Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the
I'm gonna remove the production schedule. I should press print.
Nothing happens.
Okay, let's have my box back.
Slides out of its glowing
Let's get out of here. I feel like there might be something more to this. This is like revolutionary stuff.
High.
For the rest of the
world, the ace is high is just a cool Revachol thing, politically neutral. In Revachol, it still holds revolutionary connotations. Also, have you looked at Lieutenant Kitsuragi's clothes? He wears a bomber jacket, just like the ones worn by aerostatic brigades, and those cargo pants could store tools for hotfixing your aerostatic. Maybe you should ask him about this.
Okay, should I start another thought? Oh, okay, I can't. Okay, let's just get going.
This old fireplace is covered in
This is what the lady was talking about.
Blue and red marker. The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
Hold on, how do I know what Kedron mosaic tiles are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
I found some kind of revolutionary hideout.
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
We're not dealing with something medical. I want another option here. The anatomy of the curse.
Perhaps. The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants.
Wait, who's the Game Master?
Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
This game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. A list of names under the stations suggests people across 6 Isolas would be playing. Muindi, Insulinda, Kotla, Grad, Samara, and even Ilmara. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Why do you say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Wasn't this... Oh, he wants to talk to me.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Looks like an undercover counterintelligence program. That's what I'd say.
No, that's not it. I think It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games, only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
Really? You sure it's not like some top secret thing?
Through call-in stations, none of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
And now it works.
Insert rant about driving standards here. Biggles 2 newt, Biggles 2 newt, Biggles 2 newt, Biggles 2 newt, key cup yourself. Twats.
Right, what? Thanks, Jim, for that. I don't know why yours worked and the one earlier didn't. That's really, really fucking cool. Let's sigh. Thank you very much for the 28. What's going on? Right, okay. Has anyone done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
And this was a role-playing game?
Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
What do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
They were insane if they thought they could do this.
Yes, especially in here. Okay, let's keep moving.
Yeah, I think you're right. Develops the most advanced RPG in the universe. Right, I still haven't found a fridge. Oh, there was an up, wasn't there? Oh, here it is.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost and the bear's eyes are glowing red. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy?
Crack open the door.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Relax, Kim. It's the fridge, remember?
Of course. A giant ice bear-shaped fridge. Just what we were looking for. Let's see what's inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Take the note from the door.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Examine one of the ice cream wrappers.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate.
This is clearly the fridge. It looks big enough for 2 corpses.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it is capacious and cold enough, too.
But the optics on this are awful, he thinks. We need to be as silent as we can. Your visual confirms you could fit 2 more bodies in the ice bear fridge.
Shall we go and get the body then? I'll take the head, you take the feet. The stairs won't be easy, but we'll manage.
Okay, let's do this. Clap your hands.
The body is heavier than you expected and stinkier.
Oh.
Half an hour to get it down to the bedroom. Then 10 more to stuff it into the fridge. The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
Beautiful. A dead body in an ice bear fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done.
Kim, I didn't take you for sarcasm.
You have created an ice bear sarcophagus.
I'm not sure I believe you.
Of course you don't. Look at that. What have we done? We stuffed a dead body in an ice bear fridge. This does not leave this room.
We did our best with the means at our disposal.
Did we though? Okay, maybe we did. At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection under controlled circumstances.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting.
Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
How do you like it in the fridge?
I like it a lot, brother. This really is your finest hour. You're a genius. A regular Corporangelo.
Okay.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features.
We could have another run at this one.
Also, see me in your dreams.
You touch the dead man's body. His skin is cold, light blue and silvery in the light of the fridge.
Failed again.
You still haven't.
It'll come to you sooner or later. At least he's safe here until then.
Okay. Get out of here. Right. Where is an ice cream maker that's still running?
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
We don't need to unplug either of those. That's the exit. What's this? Insane mesh tank top. Okay, let's go see what this hidden door's about. I think I'll stick with the shirt. Very fashionable though. We'll see what's through here. Two rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Look around the room.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
Look, there's a hole in the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Yes, let's do.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Rifles, Kim.
Are these any good?
Inspect the rifles.
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others.
A weapons cache.
Hey? Cache? This one looks nice.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
What does this mean? A rifle here?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find. note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
Hold on.
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active.
Read the
Someone
note.
has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Swaff.
The filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen...
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
Maybe they had to leave in a hurry.
That's a plausible hypothesis.
Who's the illiterate ginger kid? Well, it's obviously Kuno.
I don't know. I assume it's...
Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box?
Yes, we did. I've been on a right old mare with Twitch today. Jim, everyone's been on random delays. Things have been breaking.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too... If you want to try again, then you need to...
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab in your
Yes.
inventory. From there, you can
Wait.
equip it to a held slot.
Oh, so I have to do it separately. I can't do it from in there. Try again.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner.
Okay. Well, I know what to do. Let's go and turn it off.
Two cables are plugged into
Red one leads to the
breaker
ice bear fridge, a black one to the ice
leads to
marine
the
making.
ice bear
Unplug the
fridge.
black cable.
Something close to you dies with a...
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Right. Is this now going to be not frozen shut?
This orange machine is dead still. It has a... Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping.
Pry bar not strong enough. What does that mean? We need something bigger than the pry bar. Maybe we just need to come back to this. Leave. Get the pry bar out of my hands. Move on. Need to remember to come back here. Now there was something else upstairs I wanted to check. Now we've got the body. What's this?
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Look inside the furnace.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs. The echo is so prominent, it's impossible to discern what the voices are saying or what's producing them.
Is this what the lady was talking about with somebody stuck in the chimney?
What are you doing? Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Yes, let's do that. The stairs were this way, weren't they? Through this door here? The floorboards creak. Shoes in a puddle of melting snow. Postcard, La Delta 51.
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney. This must be where the entity lives. This is directly above the central furnace in the cellar. The voices probably came from here.
Why not just open it? Knock on it.
Thing to do. Nothing happens.
Knock on it harder.
Still nothing. No one's home.
Knock even harder.
Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy. Your fist hurts now.
There must be another way to wake up whoever is in there. Maybe we can try yelling into the furnace downstairs.
Oh man, I decided not to do that because I thought it was stupid. Nice. Monies.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Well, there's a low chance of success, but...
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then...
Hello?
Hello, are you there? Speak to me.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Okay. Let's go. What is this? Wait, they're still running the game from here.
Hello, I'm Nia. Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius.
She taps on her headphones.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Hold on, what do you mean by Melius?
Yes, Amelia is like a calling station.
Whatever.
You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
I didn't knock on your window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
What are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
No, but...
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Maybe I'm not really sure why I'm here, honestly.
How strange. Well, if you're interested, my rate is 10 real per set. Unless you want something really unusual.
I don't have 10 reals, so...
Take a look
you
around
can't, like,
and see
trick
if
her
there's
into buying
any
one.
particular stone you want to use.
The walls around her are covered with rows of precious stones and minerals.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shells like stalagmites. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling in rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, Detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean by the daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
And you never took your eyes off the work to look out of the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
It's light here, but dark in the yard at night.
Yeah, true.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
Do you often work on Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
I see. Thank you for your answers.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Hey, where are we anyway? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal-black soot here and there.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Creative.
Do you know what happened to the other tenants? Everyone else is gone.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Quite a lot of them spring to mind.
Oh, shit. Okay. Used to be a hair salon here, right?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad. It's not about the haircut, it's about the confidence.
What's wrong with a bit of experimenting? The customers should have been more open-minded.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet.
What happened to the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
And who was Artemitep?
A kind man, from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
Maybe that's what Kuno needs. A community-centric boxing club.
Kuno? Who's Kuno?
He's sort of the king around here. I'm going to say that.
Oh, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth? Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid.
How did that community project work out?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
What's up with the broken windows?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right?
Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milias. Who would have guessed?
What's the snuff milieu?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
It's a shame about them windows. I'm not even going to ask about the milieu.
Yeah, don't.
Did someone here make stuffed animals? I saw mounts lying around.
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs. Anything else?
I found creepy mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
Insect rights activists? What in the name of?
The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
They got what they deserved. Making clothes out of beetle wings is a terrible idea.
At least it had some spark to it. Most young designers just combine lace with leather and call it original.
As she shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the windowsill in front of her. Legs up. They're not moving.
Anything else?
What's with the rotor blades and skis?
They were made by a company called Livestream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is.
What do those transmissions say?
The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47.
You must have been up here a while.
I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
They were just props. Why return them?
I found a strange machine.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She closes her eyes as some remnant of a memory lights up her face.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral.
That's understandable. Fantasies are serious things. The mind is the drawing board of history.
They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seem to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean liberal? What happened?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong?
Well, I did hear them talking at times.
She looks at the hallway as if she can still hear them chit-chat behind her curtains on a cigarette break.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
From what I've seen so far, the project did look quite impressive.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic and to show up to work on time.
Showing up to work on time is incredibly hard. That's too bad. I would have supported them. The project looked great.
Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
She tosses a pair of dice on the table. One of them stops near the edge of the metallic desk.
The result is 1 on a 20-sided die.
Anything else?
There was a terrifying taxidermied bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here.
She smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees, like a stand-up comedian ready to tell a story.
The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
Alright, what were the other ideas?
There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
She leans back, disapproving.
Fritte does the same thing.
I know. I know a girl just like that. She works in Fritte as the cashier and she's not particularly friendly.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Revachol ICT. And they already had the bear.
She closes her eyes as if remembering something painful.
The bear.
She repeats, pressing thumbs into her temples like trying to suppress a headache. It didn't work out.
Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted.
Oh shit, we just put a body in there.
Eventually, Revachol ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
I'm sure the bear was doing its best.
Maybe, because the taxidermist who made that bear definitely wasn't. Doing his best, I mean.
How come?
He said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. Called it Megatherion.
Sounds cool.
Sounds cool. Megatherion.
Megatherion. A mega wild beast.
Very cool, but what's a mega wild beast?
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
I don't have a comment on drugs.
Understandable. You shouldn't do them. You're a police officer after all.
Yeah. Definitely not.
Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire. Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps?
Actually, I had other questions.
I've been here for a long time. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people called it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Pleasance is the one who sent me. She's convinced the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in racks? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
The whirling is part of the doomed commercial area?
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East of the Commerce Central project.
How does she know all of this shit? Whirling isn't doing well either. Its waitresses took off and customers have trouble paying bills.
And then
That's
there's
me.
me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
It's because you're competent and dedicated to your craft. Let's say that.
What, so the curse only affects people with poor work ethics? What you're describing isn't a curse, it's capitalism.
Narrow your eyes very mysteriously, no. I'm starting to see there is no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see.
I have more questions about this building.
I'm listening.
No, I don't.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit.
I don't know what that is.
What else?
Why hasn't their business failed? Yeah, there's something more to this. But that was such a low percentage chance. There's nothing else up here, was there? We go back and talk to the lady. I don't think we want to go back down to the fridge yet, do we? Ooh, monies. Down 50. We'll have that. What did you get in? What was your order, Warmby? What are you eating tonight? What's this? Shot put ball. Love that.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them.
No.
There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard would just remove the collars?
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
Well, 8%, I'm not going to lift it. Presumably if I was a strong dude, I probably could have picked those up. Right. We can lose the torch. Okay, let's come out of this. Okay, we go back to Pleasance, we can do that.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
The dark sarcophagus.
Yes, yes. How was it?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
It was a charnel house of failed business enterprises leeching life energy from this bookstore.
I knew it. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us.
Give me some money, I'll get rid of the curse.
But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Nihar and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
No, Mum, I felt her aura. She is not the one to blame for this curse.
I don't understand. If it's not her, Then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down.
Okay.
She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
I'm tempted to go with that one. The source is in the taxidermist's shop. He became involved in arts darker than the taxidermy and brought the void spirits down upon this place. Let's go with that one.
Oh, how horrid! I knew something wasn't right about that place. Tell me, did you find a way to break the curse?
Banish the curse in a flash of disco brilliance. No. Despooked. Definitely gone. No. I can say I performed the ancient ceremonies dispelling rites. Let's go with that one.
Of course. I trust my Seminoles wards and charms kept you safe while you perform the ancient rites.
She looks at you with sudden admiration.
All that matters is that the energies are retreating. I can already feel the curse lifting. It will be a long time until we're fully free of it, of course, but still.
Thanks.
Thank you, officer. Truly, you've brought a better psycho-emanation to this humble bookstore, and that's no small achievement.
She so badly wants this to be over. She would have believed anything.
All right, then. All's well that ends well. Should we return to our ordinary lives?
Farewell for now, book peddler. Okay. I have a point. I'm not going to spend it just now. There was actually something else I wanted to investigate. So we can tell her that the body's gone. We'll do that.
Hello again.
Let's think about
officer.
wrapping up soon.
How are gone?
It's not in the yard anymore, it's in some other place now.
In heaven? Thank you, officer. Looks like I'll get mint in the ground by April.
I have to run. So when I investigated earlier the tire treads up here, these, it said I should look south. An ancient fountain. It doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The slush and rain has almost washed them off. Drawbridge. Who's this bloke?
You see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers, ultra serious.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
Inspect the sneakers.
A pair of found ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper and a silver-lined midsole.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest found sneakers. Super rare, super fine, Super cool. Only 50 real.
Only? That's madness.
Yeah, right.
Fun, ultra. We're the future. You remember the slogan from some magazine?
Inspect the speakers.
These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable Faun Ultras atop them. A small heat emboss on the veneer reads, Solidarity Aid from the People's Republic of Samara. The speakers themselves don't seem to display any magical qualities.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here.
Poor little speakers.
No, don't pity them, officer. These are old Samaran garbage. Don't even look at them. Check out these super cool, fun Ultras instead.
Samaran trash? That sounds like they're from the Samaran People's Republic, produced under the dictatorship of the proletariat.
Can I just buy the sad conquered Samaran speakers?
No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk.
That's why I want them. I think I might be lo-fi socialist junk myself.
No, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I've got the best on sale.
You don't know what I am. I don't even know it myself. I want the speakers.
Well, if you want them...
Pauses for a moment, calculating.
But see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground. If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for little extra. 50 cents?
Damn, so you have to buy the sneakers first.
+1 to reaction speed, +1 to hand-eye coordination, -1 to encyclopedia. Okay.
Hey. Psst. Psst. Hey, you.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Can't argue with that.
So, what about all that communism you've promised to build? Word on the street is you've woken up from 1,000 years of slumber, promising to erect a version of communism many times greater than any attempted before. Is that true?
How come there's word on the street?
You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
I said some mildly left-wing things, but none of those.
Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that would devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Well, wait first, what's this communism even about?
Failure. It's about failure.
Failure?
Yes. Abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb-stomped and pissed on. Until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world.
Oh, will I now?
You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother. You against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist. Now get to work, comrade.
What do we think this means? We start building communism or not? Can I opt out later?
Oh yeah. Get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
Wait, what? Firing squads? You didn't say anything about those.
Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs.
Oh god. Roll your sleeves up further and breathe in the pristine air. Mazovian socio-economics. -2 to visual calculus. Well... I'll leave that alone.
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses in a small box. A variety of shapes and colors.
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
Try the shades on.
Abort. These are hideous. What's more, they don't even fit your face. You can feel them pinching your nose and chafing against your brow.
Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret spy. Very secret. They're practically made for you. I'll let you have them for 2 real and 50 cents.
No thanks.
It's going to be very difficult for anyone to take you seriously with these things on your face.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
I'm too sensible for these.
Are you sure? But they look so good on you.
Rummage through the
Think
box.
this through, officer.
+1 to electrochemistry, -1 to logic. I haven't bought this. I haven't got enough money for the speakers.
Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap Syrahese plastic. The kind of plastic that melts in the sun. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show. If anything, these lenses probably direct more UV light into your pupils. A UV magnifier.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super material, very cool, UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and cool while doing your dangerous police work.
I'm going to go for this risk. It's a low, even chances. It's a white check, so I can come back later. Oh. Ah, I see. A pair of water blue shades. The writing on the left temple says Sub-insulindic rendezvous. The frame appears to be hand carved out of bone.
Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high culture.
For the first time, the street vendor's voice trails off as he watches you inspect the glasses.
This is how a sea monster sees the world. You've become a sea monster. Giant, hidden, and strangely tender at heart. All is blue. Alright, but these actually make your vision worse. It's like literally being underwater.
Wow, officer! You look so cool! And they can be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customers have passed them all up because they've got no taste. But you found them.
Kim, what about these?
The lieutenant tilts his head and steps back, eyes narrowed in a thorough examination. It's a case to him.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
+1 to inland, -1 to perception. Leave for now. Right.
Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market. Past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake. The frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
Bonuses from thought. 1 empathy, 1 aspiri decor. All endurance point checks raised, unlocked. Bonuses from thought. Learning cap from perception raised to 5. Speed gives 1 psi. Okay. I have got a skill point to spend.
Yes?
Where did the 41st send me? Pass.
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57.
Wait, no, that can't be right. That makes more sense than the other stuff I thought of.
Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win.
Kim, what if my precinct sent me on this case because I'm a fuck-up? Like, as a joke?
I've considered it.
So it's true?
It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional. But I also think it's somewhat unlikely.
Why is that?
I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win.
Do you really see me as a safe bet?
Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet. But it's there. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
Aw, thanks, Kim.
What about me?
You're wearing a Revolutionary Air Brigade jacket, aren't you?
What? These? It's just seasonal clothing.
Those look like airman pants. Good for storing tools in.
Where is this going?
You see, Kim, I have this place in my head. Point to your head. Where I develop new ideas and connections.
Interesting. I think it's called the brain.
It's no mere brain.
I'm going to go with the long one. No, normal people don't have this. It's like a mind laboratory, a spiritual R&D division. No, a palette. No, better yet, a painter's atelier of concepts.
Okay, art cup.
Okay, indeed, and in this atelier, I have realised that you harbour some kind of sentiment toward the Revolutionary Air Brigades.
I do not harbour a sentiment for Revolutionary Air Brigades in particular.
Just air brigades, then?
Okay, I wanted to become an aerostatic pilot. Then I turned 10 and realized we no longer have an air force.
Are you sure the Revolutionary has got nothing to do with this?
Absolutely nothing.
The Revolutionary must have added a little luster to it for a 10-year-old Kitsuragi. He will never admit it, though.
Thank you, my mind is satisfied.
Good.
He glances impatiently at his wristwatch. Okay.
Good. Let's check.
What's this shit here?
There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Save the economy? That sounds off.
Save the economy? What are you talking about?
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco.
This doesn't make any sense. Why exactly does the economy need saving?
Look around, officer. You see all these premium goods? Just sitting there, not getting bored. We've got to keep the flow of goods moving. Is this really the economy we want to leave to our children?
Look, man, I just want to buy some clothes.
That's good, officer. That's exactly what the economy wants you to do.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places. The box smells like cat piss or like an old person with no money.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first-hand, buy second-hand. Keep the economy moving.
Find something worth salvaging from that pile of rags.
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof, and sport. All in different typefaces.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
+1 to composure. Okay, right. I'm gonna come back. I don't want to buy any of this shit now. Probably need to think about going to bed. I haven't reported my badge missing. It's probably time I did that.
Inside,
and my gun missing.
You see a set of steering levers, a radio.
I could ask for the money too.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Oh. Could you run a serial number for a pair of armored boots for me?
Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it.
This one.
Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isolari law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition government.
Let's call home.
Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard. The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4, Station 41. I've got an urgent business over.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over.
Just reporting in. Over.
10-18, state your message, sir.
I'm in dire need of financial assistance.
10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
Is it him? What does he want?
Oh, shit.
He says he needs money.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Alright, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
It's paramount in the investigation that you grant me more money.
He says it's important to the case.
He isn't getting a red cent. You can tell him that.
Request denied, sir. Over.
I don't even have a place to sleep tonight.
He says he's in trouble. Doesn't have a place to sleep.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
Vigmar said...
Okay, I heard you. No funds.
Anything else, sir? Over.
I can't bring myself to report the badge missing. It's probably in my jacket. I'll find it later.
10-4. Your badge should have most of your personal details. Look over that. Over.
Of course, my badge. I can look at my badge that I have.
10-4. Anything else for you, sir? Over.
No.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
I can't do it. I can't do it. They've already said they're not going to give me any money. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I do need to go to bed, but there was... Let's just talk to Kim again about the case.
Yes? What do you want to know? Ah, yes. The case brief you missed. Now I remember.
Brief, yes, that sounds good.
3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Does the briefing say who the victim was?
A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
Why didn't we know anything about the caller?
They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Why hide themselves?
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
The RCM is...
That's us. The Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizens Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this.
Oh yes, I understand everything now.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer.
Would you say this is a mysterious case?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Why not?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Okay, so the case probably isn't mysterious, but could it be sexy?
There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish there was
Oh, I guess that settles it then.
Excellent. Was there anything else?
Okay, I have all the info I need for now.
Good.
Leave. Okay. What's this? These are found white checks. Those on white are available to try now. We try our empathy on Kuno and then go to bed. You still here?
Fuck does Kuno care?
17%. Or is there a thought we can do that would give us extra? Rigorous self-critique. What's this? What are these items I can take to improve that? 28% chance. White check so we can try it again later.
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful.
None. I don't want to say any of those things. I want to abort. Exit. Leave. You must have seen all kinds of things throwing stones here. Want to help the RCM bust a murderer? Of course he doesn't.
Fuck no! What are you? Fucking mentally handicapped?
Kuno, they've almost made you a snitch now.
Ease off, see? Kuno always takes the bullet over the hammer.
He'd rather die than work with the justice system.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Yeah. Okay. Nine o'clock in game. One o'clock IRL. Wait, I never talked to this guy, didn't I? Let's talk to this guy and then let's call it.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet. Hey there.
What's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
That's the jam?
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils, heavy metals and other byproducts of the modern era. You could almost taste it.
What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight, no explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
Limbo, huh? So that's where I am.
Yeah, exactly. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes and mazout.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak, or he just likes unusual words, or both.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it. Let's go with that. I don't want to say I dig your style, man. That's very much how do you do, fellow kids.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need?
Okay, spare some change. Tell me more about this strike.
It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out.
What's the union demanding?
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like, a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
What do you think the company wants?
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything else I should know?
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do.
All of who?
Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. If you still hang around here waiting for this mess to end, most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
Not you?
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
He glances down the road towards the horizon, a glint of something in his eyes.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior.
What are you hauling anyway?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Wicked, I've always wanted a friend in the underworld.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grodd and the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
That's your machine behind you?
This rockin' beauty. Sure is, like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6.
Got a foul A6 you got there?
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
Gotta get one of those foul tracksuits. No, I'm gonna go ask him that. Right, I had another question.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
I'm good for now. Good talk.
Don't be a stranger.
Okay. Time to call it. Oh wait, what the fuck's going on in here? Inside you clap to catch a glimpse of Union paraphernalia, a strike poster, some red pennants. Actually talk to anyone else.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those. Yes.
Okay. All right. Save. Save. Main menu. Definitely time for bed. Who knows if the stream's in sync or not, but I'm getting quite fed up with it. I want to chill and play the game, you know? Oh well. Maybe Twitch will sort their shit out. Maybe we'll just start streaming on YouTube instead. High quality, better bitrate, more reliable. Could always try that. Right. On that bombshell, I'm going to bed. Cheers for watching and hanging out. Cheers to Obolitus for the follow and the Prime sub. Much appreciated. Jim for the 28. Be back Tuesday. In the meantime, enjoy the start of your week. Look after yourselves and each other, and catch you next time. Good night.